Hellos. Zetu. It's a rap podcast, and today we have a very interesting topic. Also, that's what we think. So,
Why are you so anxious?
I'm not anxious, but to say the truth,
The topic is very interesting.
the topic is quite discerning, as we like to say, because the Gen Z seems to be in financial troubles. Because they're in an age where they earn the most, but the problem is that inflation is extremely too high, and also their debts are high. Plus, their spending habits are shit. I'm not saying millennials are any better, but theirs are more shit. So that's what we're going to discuss. So, guys, what do you think about this?
Kwa majina
Millennials
kwanza,
are struggling
wacha
with
kwanza
mortgages.
nijiintroduce. Niache niongee.
Well, Gen Z afai kwanza
Si fans mnajua jina yao msiki. Does he have to introduce himself?
Well, Gen Zs don't need to introduce themselves
It's
here.
not that your name is that special.
Si topic ni ya Gen Z. Siwache Gen Z aongee.
You're the only Gen Z in the
The
show.
only Gen Z in the
Guys,
show.
we only have one Gen Z in the show.
Imagine.
What a shame, you Gen Z. Why can't you get a job and be here like him?
Aja hawa say nini ancestors. Acha Gen Z waongee. So, my name is Aaron. Wewe unaitwa nani wewe? Unaitwa nani?
Gen Z, I'm coming.
Me, I'm called Generation M. Iishie hapo.
Let's begin this time. Okay. The cost of living versus reality for you guys.
Cost of living.
Yeah.
Hapa hivi tunasema in 2024 unga is cash 200 rent is sky high and fare iko juu, lakini job ya entry level bado inalipa 20k. Unalipa bills ama unalipa life. Like on Twitter, I saw somebody is breaking down his budget, right?
Yeah.
Housing expenses kila kitu cost him like 30k. Girlfriend upkeep is something like about 10,000 9,000.
Guess I'm lucky I don't have a girlfriend.
Yes, girlfriend up if you have a girlfriend, which most of them have.
Lucky are the
Gotcha.
few.
Especially now in this weather.
Lucky are the few. Who do not have a girlfriend?
Wait. Na summer tides will spend
How are single
gapi?
Gen Z? How are single Gen Z surviving in this weather by the way?
Summer tides.
Hoja hii weather inatakanga wase wawili. Mmoja wa kupika chai, mwingine wa kuendea mkate. Mambo yao sijui mambo mnasema ati sijui watu wawili sijui wanaekeana joto. Hiyo ni story yenu. Hii baridi ukiwa na chai na mkate inatosha.
So
sawa.
I'm like, this Gen Z ametuma pesa yake, house expenses is 30,000 shillings, ndio?
Yeah.
And then his expense at the end of the month is something like 45,000. So he was asking, where do I get the rest of the 15,000? Loan. Tala, knock at your door, Timiza. King.
How do you get an expenses for 45,000 at the end of the month if you are Gen Z and you're living and you're earning a salary of
Summer
50,000?
tides.
Exactly. Many
Alchemist.
Summer tides only happens once a year.
Alchemist. Number 7.
Just sasa hizo nini? I think
Habanos.
if you're nini, if you're
Paris.
Niendelee. Achia hapo zimetosha hizo. Zimetosha. Umewapea shout outs za kutosha.
Saudi.
Sport Pesa. Mozart Bet. Aviator.
Sasa utaki wase wa kwenye nini? Pilot. Wote waendeshe ndege.
Because you guys listen, we have older generations had slower inflation and cheaper cost of living, right?
Cheaper loans. also.
Today, Gen Z is earning less in real terms compared to the whole of money in their parents' time for your career. Like in our parents' time, our parents, by the parents I'm talking who are at the age of, right now they should be 40 and above.
Yeah.
At the time when they were starting their careers, you could get an engineer. Let me talk about a doctor. A doctor could have earned something like 250k or 200k. And that was a lot of
Or
money.
even 150 or 100.
200k if there was maybe in Aga Khan or Mata at the time.
Yeah, it
Yes,
was like
But
100.
That's the one-
not a government hospital.
A government hospital where how much could they be earning? Let's say Kenyatta.
50, maybe 60, 70.
50. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would still be a lot of money as
Yeah.
compared to
Oh, yeah.
the Gen Z was graduated right now
Yeah.
who's entering the job. Actually, they would not even have a chance to enter the job in the Kenyan situation.
Actually, the funny thing is that they're given what is called an internship, and internship is not paid. And you have to stay in an internship of 3 years. Like, that's tough, man.
Haram,
That's
listen,
tough.
You have a journey.
Sasa unajua mimi niko na do.
Wait. And okay, I will give you a reference. Like when I was younger, transport from Rongai to town used to be like they used to even have different transport rates for children and like older guys. So
Yeah.
older guys used to be like 20 bob and then children used to be like 5 bob.
Yeah.
Man, that's from town. Like right now, upande hiyo nganya hapo, hiyo ni 200
Hiyo
Kenya.
ilikuwa nini? Sio ilikuwanga 1990.
150 and something.
Like imagine upande size I think kwanza kinyesha inaruka paka Panji if I'm not wrong.
Upande Moxie na Baba Yega.
Asi ni 200 ama 250.
Kwenda Rongai.
Ikifika mwisho.
Kwenda Rongai ikinyesha
250.
250
Ikienda
correct.
sana.
Sasa imagine 250 is almost it's almost kama unaenda from Nairobi to Naivasha if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, quite a lot of money.
Eh,
to be
250 bana
precise.
uko na Ivasha.
Uko Naivasha, uko Vasha.
Are you not perplexed about that?
Mimi hata sijui hiyo perplexed inamaanisha nini.
Now abu imagine sasa mnaenda tu kulipia tu magari kuna ngoma. So unaweka tu earphones unajibamba.
But do you know it also has advantages? Eh?
Which advantage? The road has been
A beautiful
expanded.
girl, a beautiful Gen Z girl sit next to you.
Then you get a wife.
Yes.
Like any okay, question
Cool
is
people.
okay, question is
People of your clique, cool.
no. Question is how much does that Gen Z girl cost you on a monthly basis?
Exactly. That is why I was talking about the budget of this guy's monthly budget. Yeah? His budget goes way above his salary by 15K because 9,000 was for girlfriend upkeep. Yeah, so that's how much that girl cost you. Not only for the girl, a girl also can be in the same situation.
I
as
think
that
I have
girl.
a solution
Yeah.
for nini girlfriend upkeep. You either don't have a girlfriend or
Have one.
you get one who's earning more than you are.
As a Gen Z.
Yeah.
How?
Ask me how.
We are asking you how.
Tell us how.
Tell us how.
I do not know how. Wale Gen Zs wanajua wanaweza tuambia hapo kwa comments. But then you either stay single ama you get a girlfriend who earns more than you. Because trying to get cash from your parents to give to your girlfriend, it doesn't make sense. Now that is where we are getting into debt because you have to please that girlfriend that you have. So you have to get the loans, borrow money from your friends, from wherever you're going to get that, so that you can please your girlfriend, so that they don't leave you. At first, you know what you sell. I think what you sell to a girl when you have your first interaction is is the standard you have to maintain. So kama mara ya kwanza ulikuwa umesave up like 15 G's hivi, then you've taken her out to a nice place, ama even a spa day, you've given her the best time, then you have to maintain that standard.
Okay.
But
okay.
if you started with explaining to her, this is how much I earn, not even this is how much I earn, this is what I can afford to do for you, then things are clear.
Okay,
Clear.
so I have another question which might actually be a little bit more controversial, maybe a little bit outside the topic.
Yeah.
So the thing is it that Gen Z's girls, or not all of them, but most of them are too money-minded? And could this be connected with the growing cases of which you see a lot of OnlyFans girls, of which most of them have seen a Gen Z,
Yeah.
like Alicia Kanini's and stuff?
Or F.
You don't want to go to OnlyFans and watch millennials.
Why?
You want
Why?
to, like you want
Millennials
to,
are human beings too.
Yeah, but they can do other things. Let the
Let me
Gen
make
Zs-
this statement start a controversy. We're in danger right now. As we are speaking. Why would people not watch millennials?
Because the only reason as a Gen Z you would want to be with a millennial in that aspect is for them is like for the
Transaction.
benefits. Yeah, the transactional benefits that
So
you get.
so in
So
short,
if you're dating a mumamas,
oh,
then you get something from it.
Yeah,
but you
but-
cannot go to OnlyFans, then pay to watch
but
older
okay,
people than
okay,
you.
with Gen Z's, why
Cobwebs.
is okay, with Gen Z's, why is everything so transactional?
It's because of the times we live in. Like there are no jobs, and then you still have to you have to get by some way. You can choose to go the hard way, which is maybe try to get jobs which are not the best and they give you little to no income, or you can go to that side or F where you get to do where you just get to show off your body. I'ma do a few do
Feet.
nice dances.
Feet.
You show just
They
show
are
your
not-
feet.
You do not go to OnlyFans to do
They don't apply
dances, my
Quitex.
friend.
There are people who don't show anything.
The
there.
market in OnlyFans is quite tough. If you don't show shit, you don't get any money, my friend.
But wajua mimi, I'm not talking about the sites that you as Michael is interacting with. There are some people who are interacting with, like there are people, like there's this girl, I don't know if you
Which
guys
girl?
know her. She's called, I think Sophie Rain or something. She's the number one OnlyFans, and Anna. She doesn't do the videos of her having intercourse with other people and all of that. But then she's the number one Anna. In her videos I hear.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Whether she posts her videos OnlyFans or TikTok
OnlyFans.
and all.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So if we go
She's
and
the
do
number one. So
Okay,
if you
question-
go there, you'll not find another guy.
Okay, question is
Sophie Rain
All
is
the
being-
videos.
Question is, if we go and search Sophie Reina, let's say on Google Photos right now, and then we remove the safe search on, you sure we aren't going to see some pussy pics there of Sophie Reina?
I'm talking about intercourse with, like, she doesn't have to. I don't know what is on
Yeah,
her
but-
page
but-
because
but-
I haven't been there.
But you see, at the end of the day, if you're an OnlyFans, you have to show the pussy and whatever. Like it has
I
to
don't
happen.
think so. Because even like some stuff like FitFinder, that's why you find Gen Zs going to all these platforms.
But
because
that is FitFinder, not OnlyFans.
Okay,
I'm-
I was like just like you
We are
said
lost.
earlier. You not lost. You said earlier about dates,
yeah,
especially Gen Zs in Kenya. But there is so much in a lot.
Gen
of
Z is
places.
everywhere.
So our findings say that Gen Z they have access to easy credit and heavy debt. So, Fuliza and all. Fuliza ni kama room.
yeah, manze. Si ni unajua Fuliza inakuanga ni Safaricom mama kuwekea pesa yako.
It's a bad.
It's a baddie.
It's your money.
Mimi first time yangu kuingia Fuliza nilikuwa super na nimenunua vitu, si ndio?
Yeah,
Tunaenda form.
yeah.
Si ndio? So nalipa. Kulipa naona haitoshi iko juu na 500. Tani kashanga 500 inatoka ndio ya mwisho. That's the like
The last-
it's the crumbs.
Yeah, breadcrumbs.
Yeah, so like the cashier just told me, use Fuliza. So I was like, Fuliza? Yeah, you can just enter right now. Let me show you. That's how I ended up having Fuliza. Alafu, imekuwa Tala ni bestie.
Bestie.
Tala is a very good friend.
Tala sasa shida
Especially
ni
for
that
Gen Z wa
bestie,
working.
yeah.
For Gen Z working, Tala is a very good friend.
Yeah.
And then, Hustler Fund now is the sponsor. It's like it's the tip of the iceberg that you know you won't return. Because you don't owe the president shit. Actually, that money the president has already paid it. Okay. So this is the first generation growing up with an instant mobile loans but no financial training. By early 20s, many are already blacklisted by CRB. Which is true.
Okay, but one thing also I can, let's say, chip in for the Gen Zs in this situation.
Yeah.
Is that you guys are getting bad loans. Like the interest rate
Yeah.
is just fucking high. And I think they're doing it intentionally so that they can keep you in that consistent loop.
Yeah.
Because if
A rat
the
race.
more desperate you are, the more you are more
They have control over you.
yeah, they'll have control of you and the more you are to use their services more.
Yeah.
And like I'm sure they already get back their money. Like if let's say if you take even a 6 months loan, let's say in some situations, I'm sure by the third month they've already taken back their money plus a little bit interest. So all the rest is just nothing but pure interest.
Talking about loans, by the way, there is a certain company in Kenya operating right now. Yeah? These guys are taking like probably like, let me say 35% profit is what they get when they give you loan. How?
Hey?
You're a Gen Z, you're going to borrow something like, I think also one of our celebs is in this situation right now. Yeah? The influencers, yeah? One of them is in this situation whereby you take a loan of 90,000, right?
Yeah.
Take a loan of 90,000 and for 7 days. And then they give you 60,000.
Yeah, or they usually say it's a processing fee.
Yes. Now, processing fee is 30,000. And then when you pay back,
It's like 120,000.
120,000. Fuck, that is fraud.
Like no, like literally, I see the biggest fraud is a credit card. Have you ever had a credit card?
Yeah.
Credit cards are the motherfucking worst.
They operate worse than this.
Yeah.
But
I'm
go-
like, that is
because
credit card. But this one is just a normal loan.
You see, a,
It may be acting like
credit
that, man.
card. Let's
At the end
say,
of the day-
okay, let us say a credit
And it's
card.
a Chinese company.
No, like listen.
It's not even a company.
Like
of,
listen, like a credit card. Let's say you have a credit
Local.
card. Let's say you have a credit card for 200,000. Correct. Usually, right now,
that question hits hard. I have had a credit card.
okay, let's say you have a credit card for 200,000. Then you max it out. Like the monthly interest rate is like 2%. So on a yearly basis, and that's usually the best you get in Kenya. On a yearly basis, that equates almost to 24%.
Crimea River.
And don't you forget that if you do not clear that loan, it keeps on accruing.
Yeah, because they say things like, what do we call these? Penalty.
Yeah.
Talk about penalties.
There is penalties of late fees.
Fucking expensive.
And then imagine if you don't pay the full 200,000 that you clear that loan immediately.
tunapoteza
Meaning-
Aaron Gen Z ajui mambo ya
Oh, sorry.
ya anajua itala besti Hustler Fund ni sponsor na kuuliza
Yeah,
ilikuwa room.
but-
Tell us about your league.
I'm listening.
No, we are teaching him. So the next time you get a credit card, make sure you keep on paying your full amount or at least the principal plus the interest before the next payment due because it will accrue. And believe me, that 2% is going to be charged on the full accrued amount later on. I'm not sure, but I'm sure that's what they do. So
you know,
the next month, let's say in the next month you're required to pay 55,000. If you do not put, you didn't pay the full month prior, they're going to add it to that and then charge an interest on that on top. Like it just becomes a huge debt trap.
basically what you're saying is compounding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm
And it's
what I
a
was
very
about to
expensive
say-
compounding interest.
What I was about to say is that it comes down to one thing. Gen Z's having all these debts and all of that, it's not because we have so many platforms giving cash out readily. It comes down to
Desperation.
not desperation, to financial education.
Yeah, also they have a lot of student debts, by the way.
So, no, not even in student debt, financial education in terms of you do not know how to spend money. You don't know, so you're just taking, for example, you take loans, go out with your friends. But then, in reality, if you had some financial education, you'd understand that if you take a loan, you'd rather invest because that investment or do something with that money because that investment will be able to help you pay for the loan.
But you see,
But now, the moment you take that money and you go out with your friends or you spend that money on your day in, day out expenses, then there is no way to pay that back.
yeah, but you also see investments in Kenya are not guaranteed to also like accrue any type of income.
Yeah, that's
a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying.
businesses have gone underground. So you might say that you might think the one Gen Z is like he's failing because he doesn't have any financial whatever. But it yeah, but it could be that he thought like you, but then the market just went crash. Like right now, I'm sure the Kenyan market is
Then that is not. Then that is something that you cannot blame on, like being bad habits or stuff like that.
yeah,
What,
but nonetheless,
situation.
they
Yeah.
still have the debt.
The
So-
situation that they are in, my
what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, what I'm trying to say is that once you have financial education, you'll be able to understand whatever investment you're trying to do. You'll be able to look at all the possible outcomes, and you'll be able to weigh your risk and your reward.
But you see,
Then you'll also be able to know that if you don't have an investment plan or you don't have something that you know that is going to help you get the money back, you're not supposed to be taking that debt. You'll be able to understand you're not supposed to take debt to go out with your friends ama vitu kama hizo.
yeah, but the thing is that I'm sure most people are taking debt for survival. Not
right now it's for survival.
yes, it's for survival.
Not
Like
only Gen Z.
like people, Gen Zs and everyone else is taking debt,
Exactly.
not necessarily for fun or anything. It's
survive.
just to buy food and normal
Pay
things
rent.
like pay rent and take their children to school and stuff. Like it's for expenses and not
Then
expenses.
hapo
accrued
ikifika
because
hapo,
of-
ikifika hapo we don't talk about Gen Zs. We talk about everyone.
Government.
Who's the oldest Gen Z? They're like 29.
Oh, umeboeka, eh.
Sindio? The
Yeah.
oldest Gen Z is 29.
29.
Sindio?
Yeah.
So I'm like, the way you said earlier about
28.
assets, most Gen Z have no assets or finances to fall back on. Because like, most millennials who are their parents, most of them, for the Kenyan
Gen X,
situation,
above 40
most of
years.
them have not invested so much into assets. Or
Mostly land.
Mi nangoje Gen Z tunangoje inheritance.
Exactly, ndio nimesema most Gen Zs don't have that. Most of them
Currently
don't
yet.
have. Their parents are busy working to pay rent. They don't have financial line. The reason nasema assets. Hiyo inaweza kakua land, property,
Yeah, property, whatever, yeah.
tattoo,
Businesses.
ama sijui nini businesses. Hawana hiyo. So the only thing inabaki ni yeye na loan na God and wifi. Yeah, anaweza tumia.
And Wi-Fi still needs to be paid.
Actually, that's not actually my joke. That's ChatGPT joke. So it's actually
Ndio
learning
maana ni
from us.
funny. Ingekuwa ni yako.
It
Tungecheka.
could have been very dry, yeah?
Yeah.
I know I'm not a funny person. but
Hakuna mpaka umeshindwa kujiexpress.
so check hiyo so inasema generation kama kina Elon Musk ni Elon Musk
Gen X. I think Elon Musk is
Gen
Gen
X.
X.
Gen X.
Yeah.
Bezos,
Wase ni wase wa
Bezos na
I think
kina
55.
nani aitonga.
Ah, ni-
Okay, tusiende far. Let's just get back here in Kenya.
Okay, I would say
Jimmy
Boomer is...
Wanjigi,
Boomer.
Boomer, right?
Yeah, I think he's in his 50s.
No, he's older.
Okay, then he's really a boomer.
Ama kina Kenyatta's na kina
Ayo ni
Moi.
proper
So,
boomer.
I was saying they were born at a time whereby availability of these assets was too much.
They
as long as
stole
you are
what they
educated.
had.
Haina shida, but they used inaitwanga aje? What can I say? Siwatetei, I'm not covering up them, but I'm like
But they
means they used to
they use their brains.
Walikuwa wajanja. Acha
Walikuwa wajanja.
Let me tell you something. Walikuwa wajanja. Unaona babu yako akichekesha wasichana huko Western kwa nini kwa disco matanga. Anachekesha wasichana hivi anawapeleka huko kwa plantation. Hao walikuwa wakitafuta do, wana grab land.
sasa unachongua babu yangu na tuko na wewe hapa.
Babu yako alikuwa huko anachekesha wasichana kwa disco matanga.
So let's talk about economic shocks. So we have here COVID-19, layoffs, AI, India, and inflation. So
Wait. Layoffs because of AI are just a fucking lie. Companies are just using an excuse because AI is too expensive to maintain. That is why they fucking laid off people.
unakumbuka sisi tukigraduate during lockdown. Hakukuwa na kitu.
True.
Hakukuwa.
Lockdown, just in the house, depression.
Yeah.
Nothing. There was
Yeah.
nothing there.
Yeah.
Na Gen Zs pia
Depression.
man.
Depression.
But
Software engineers were balling during that time.
they were balling, but not everybody was a software engineer.
Oh yeah, true.
Nakwambia
In fact, that
even
time
software
software engineer
engineers
thing was not a
lost
thing.
even software engineers lost jobs
Yes, they lost jobs.
because
Mike.
most companies
COVID-19.
yeah
Yes, they lost.
yeah
It was only
Companies
it was
did
only the ones who
layoffs.
had more experience
Yeah.
that were getting
Yo.
jobs. Imagine juniors. These junior developers that time were suffering.
My friend, I think Amazon increased the headcount by 80,000 during that time. And most of them were just
Experienced
juniors.
devs. Experienced.
you
How
just
many were they?
graduated
1,000.
you just graduated do you think you're going to get
Yeah,
anything from
people are getting jobs like, okay, maybe not in Kenya. Or maybe Africa.
we are talking
as a whole.
about our situation
But I'm just saying, in the Western world, hey, devs were balling, my nigga.
we are talking about the
They were
situation we're
balling.
experiencing
Mike, can you say
our situation
after Corona is when the Financial Times began getting hard?
yeah
It became harder because, okay, you see, the hard truth is that even the tech in Kenya is actually what influenced a lot by the funding that we get from the West. Things became expensive because the interest rate went from, I think, 1 or 0% to all of a sudden 3, 4, 5%. So in Kenyan terms, we don't see that being as much because I think our interest rate is around 15, 19, 20%. But in the Western world, that was a shock because everyone is investing in bonds, and then the government had to issue more bonds with high interest rates, and then people left the older bonds.
Yeah.
And you remember there was even this whole slew of banks that fell during that time. I think crypto banks.
Yeah.
I think there was SVB because of bad bond debt and things like that. Like just an increase of I think 1 to 5% like crashed an entire market, and that massive levels had to come again.
So then, what do you, Lamek, I have a question. Like, why do you think employers are not, have a hard time employing Gen Zs?
Because there is no liquidity.
No.
We're not talking about that time.
That's my question to answer.
Swali yako itakam. Wewe tulia, swali yako itakam. Mimi ni ya Lamek.
First of all, you guys graduated in 2020.
Yeah.
Everybody had a degree. A degree is like, let me say, a password. to
Bare
the gates of
minimum.
the ghetto.
Yeah.
Everybody has it, but it's not working. So no.
Yeah.
So degree iko hapo. And then kuna hii kitu inaitwa socialization ama skills za communication na how do you call it, how to get along na guys in the company. First of all tunaweka ethics na intellect
Company culture.
Culture.
na company culture, hizo zote most Gen Z wana hiyo training, unaona, because most of them graduated hiyo time yenye tumesema 2020, they were just at home. Do you know in 2020 a lot of ways of making money popped up?
TikTok,
Influencers.
YouTube.
Na hiyo ndio imewabeba
SoundCloud.
wengi, si ndio?
So
You find like we are glorifying even
mbona
stupidity
employers
and creativity.
mbona employers wana have a hard time kuemploy Gen Zs na
Liquidity.
kumanage Gen Zs wenye already wako na wao.
Okay, let me tell you the one thing. They will use all sorts of, they'll say, oh, Gen Zs are lazy or all of that, but in real sense, I don't see Gen Zs being lazy. Like, I've worked with Gen Zs that are very hardworking, like, according to my experience. But companies need a scapegoat. The problem is that Gen Zs came, nyinyi mlikuwa na vichwa ngumu mkuja, I know my rights and everything. You just became the perfect scapegoat for them to use. It's just the same way, like right now, all of these tech companies are firing people saying AI. AI is shit in actual coding in real sense. Like if you're a real engineer and you look at the code that is being generated, it is slow. Because it's not really an intelligent system. It's just a statistical model.
Yeah.
But you are the scapegoat so that they can get higher returns for the investors because they're also under pressure.
So it's not about how they it's not about their work ethic.
It's not really
It's
about
not
their
about
work ethic.
how
because this whole time, okay, even before Corona, I'm using the tech industry because I'm in there.
Yeah.
The guy is going to the office and say, hey, this is the day in the life of whatever.
Gen Z or-
Yeah. And they're getting high wages and things were getting done. I'm not sure how well they're performing, but still I think things were getting done because I'm
Part of the
sure
work culture.
Yeah. I'm not saying that culture changes from each time. There's boomers and Gen X and millennials, all each have different cultures.
Actually now we're in a transition.
Yeah, it's a transition, but I'm saying, I'm sure even during that time, the boomers used to say millennials are spoiled. They are.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
for
just
sure.
the same narrative.
Do you know kama you see now right now a generation, a Gen X, a boss or a boomer boss, who's the youngest boomer right now? What's the age of the youngest boomer right now?
I think 60s or something.
60s.
Or the
Who are
late 50s.
Yes, those are our bosses now.
Yeah.
Those are the guys who have money. They are like, they were used to like, I need to see you physically here so that I can guarantee
That you're working, yeah.
Yes, I need you to see sweating in the office.
Yeah.
That hard seat that I've given you. See that I'm working.
But do you remember during
But Gen Z anakuja
Corona,
anasema Mike, anakuja anasema lazima nikuwe kwa ofisi.
ndo ufanye
Niko na
kazi?
wifi.
Because you don't need to.
But mzee mwenye ako 60, labda hata mwingine alisema hiyo wifi hataki. Kitu ya kishetani. Sitaki. Wacha nikae na hii simu inaitwa aje?
Katululu.
Embedded sims, embedded sim. Akae hapo chini apige aseme hata hayuko hana social media. Ni anashinanga anasumbua anaitwa aje? Nasumbuanga personal assistant. Nitafutie Google hiyo.
Lakini, but
Iandikwe kwa karatasi.
But Lamek, let me tell you, at the end of the day, business decisions are based on monetary gain.
That's why they hire the younger people who are well experienced.
Yeah. Like, I can tell you with 100% surety, it doesn't matter what that CEO wants. It's what the investor wants. And if the investors could see, that there's a way we'll get more money from these people working from home instead of going to the office, they will go 100% working from home. But, okay, the thing I thought why this whole working from home became an issue, maybe especially in the West, is that they used to rent a lot of office spaces, correct?
Yes.
You remember there was a crisis when almost...
shared.
Yeah, remember there was a crisis that almost US banks went bankrupt. Why do you think they almost went bankrupt?
I don't know. Tell me.
Because a lot of people that created these office spaces took a loan from the bank to create them, and they are banking on these tech firms because at that time tech was tech firm was this big. And remember,
get those spaces.
and remember, all these tech firms had these very crazy, weird offices with, I think even some even had swimming pools and I don't know how many things inside.
And the lunch bars.
Yeah, and the lunch bars. But now, since when people say, hey, we can work from home, and actually people do prefer working from home.
Yes, right now.
It cuts costs.
Working from home is the way.
Costs. It's the
For the
way.
company.
Everything.
Yeah.
Apart from marketing
So
and stuff.
these banks started saying, hey, their books are going in the red. And if a bank or groups of banks go in the red, that's not a good thing.
By the
So
way, another form of business. Can someone come up with a tool that will help the marketing people connect with the customer while they are working from home?
yeah, any tool can be built in time.
It's actually there, but it's not really working.
It's not going to happen. So okay, but back on the story. So I think banks found a way to coerce
Back
these
on the story,
companies.
because that can't work.
Yes. Okay, I'm saying. I think in this situation, the government had to come in and intervene and force these companies to say, hey, you have to come back to the office, because if you do not, these banks are going to fail. And if banks fail, you know, shit are going back. We're going to the 2008 crisis. In Africa, we weren't that affected by it, but the Western world is going to be affected. And you said the problem is that if anything happens in the Western world,
It
we are
affects
fucked.
us. Yeah.
We are fucked.
I'm a Gen Z in corporate. Of course, I'm not going to that meeting that's during my lunchtime. Sorry. Take it off the schedule. I'm a Gen Z in corporate. Of course, the screen is hitting the keyboard at 5 o'clock on the dot. Maybe even 4:30. Sorry. I'm a Gen Z in corporate. What do you mean? What is a mental health day? Figure it out, because I'm taking one a month. Sorry.
he or she is like, first of all, for me to come to work, now this is a Kenyan company, most likely a startup. Then the Gen Z says, for me to come at work, first of all, I need you guys to give me transport. I need you guys to buy me comfortable shoes that I can use when it's a rainy season. Then, aside from transport, I need you guys, for me to get in the office, I need you guys to offer me snacks.
Ndio nasema sisi Gen Z. Ona kama hakuna chai na mkate kwa ofisi. Haiwezi.
Mkate ni
Haiwezi.
hiyo ni sisi tulikuwa tunawapatia. Nyinyi mnataka kitu kama
Coffee,
mnataka
cakes, cupcakes,
Oreos
Na mweke ile coffee machine.
pilau.
na yogurt ya vanilla
Right.
as the tip of the iceberg. Sasa
Kama hiyo iko haiwezi. Haiwezi.
alafu nasikia na pia kwa interview siku hizi, instead of the interview asking questions,
Ni Gen Z anaulizanga maswali. Hii kampani yenu itanisaidia aje?
niseme kama mimi ni millennial nauliza hata kama Gen Z ati how much
How much do you
the
think
job is worth?
yeah.
How much should they pay you? I don't understand. How much do you think I'm worth?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
You know, also-
like to me, I say that's a good question.
Also iko hivi. Unaona Gen Zs, like times have changed so much. Now the older people refuse to change with the times. So,
You can't
for
teach an old
example,
dog new tricks.
yeah, so for example, Gen Zs will be like, hii kazi ni mingi sana. It cannot be completed by Friday ama by the end of the week.
Na
So,
mtaki kulipa overtime.
yeah, I'm taking kulipa overtime. It's too much work, and they explain to you why it's too much work. Then they say it is possible to complete this work by mid next week. But then you as the boss, unajua like hii kitu lazima una force, hii kitu lazima iishe. Then the Gen Z anakuambia by the way, pia Friday siko. Like Friday naishia nini? Summertime. Then
Yeah,
where
it's either
as
you
the boss,
accept it or leave.
then where as the boss una insist hapana haiwezi. Then Gen Z anakuambia sawa, acha nitaona venye nitafanya. Then this is on Thursday. This is on Wednesday. Akishatoka kwa office anasema so you, as the boss unajua he'll figure things out, ama she'll figure things out and get the work done
Summertime.
by Friday.
Another summertime.
On Thursday.
The day you guys will be dealing with Generation Alpha.
On Thursday. Ayo unakuja unajiongelesha hapo. Jezi ashaenda summertime.
Ashaenda.
Unajaribu kumpigia.
Okay.
Simu iko D&D.
Okay, kusema ukweli, you know, sometimes okay.
Na anakutumia live. si kwa chance kwa Instagram.
Akutumiangi live location. Kenye wewe ina happen ni nini?
Unamuona live.
Anaekanga status. Wewe unaenda boss, unaenda unaona hata afichi. Wewe unaenda unaona status huko bash imebamba.
Na wewe labda pia kama mdosi ulikuwa unapanga hii Friday.
Pia wanaenda huko.
Utaenda na yeye huko.
Lakini
unashinda na chali yake.
Lakini kusema ukweli, I think in that situation, okay, me as a millennial, I'll just tell you, you just have to look at the two situations. Which situation will ensure that you can maintain your lifestyle, and which one will just give you temporary kufurahia hapo hivyo na kuweka tu a few Instagram reels. Like kusema, me personally, I'll prefer to stay in, finish the work, or if I really need to go to summertime, I have to ensure I told them, hey, okay, what is the minimum amount of work that I need to do?
They don't understand that they need you to complete everything before you can live.
Then
everything.
you complete because this is your livelihood.
It's not possible to do that, to complete everything by end of week. The best time you can do with ukiumeji train kabisa is mid next week.
Okay,
But
you
then
see.
you try to you explain it to them why it cannot be completed by that time.
Okay,
And
then
you
then-
need to do it by next week, midweek. But they don't understand. So
Okay.
you're left with you're left with no option but to just leave.
I know. Like okay.
Because if they like to, you know, something else, Gen Zs understand that other millennials and older guys don't understand is that life is very short.
But
nowadays.
summertime is not a must.
No, I'm not saying about summer tides. It could be multiple different things. But people right now, Gen Zs are they understand that life is very short and life is only for the living. You could wake up today and you're very healthy and everything is good, but then tomorrow you're not there. But then people refuse to accept that. Tuliona hiyo situation the same na Jota.
Okay.
Diogo Jota, within that 2 months, in May, he won the Premier League. In June, he won the UEFA Cup of Nations.
But Diego Joka was a hard worker.
In the same month, June, he got married to the love of his life. Then, beginning of July, ameenda tu hivyo.
Yeah, but Diego
This is an
Jota.
eye-opener.
But
Like,
listen,
you have to
but
leave.
listen, for Diego Jota to be as good as a player that he was, do you think he was going party?
I'm not talking about that aspect ya work ethic alikuwa nayo na
Yeah.
everything. Kenya nasema ni, like, life is only for the living.
True, but does it really mean that you have to go drinking in summertime and stuff?
It's not. That's why I'm saying it's not about summer. I don't think you understand what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be summer tides. It could be other things that you're doing.
I think what Aaron was talking about.
If it's not possible, you take life as it is.
The findings we've had, they value growth over loyalty. So if something does not align with what they like, or what they are used to, they just leave it.
But you see, that's the thing. It's not about loyalty. It's about survival. Remember,
yes, 'cause
remember,
that
remember,
growth-
remember,
The
remember.
thing they value as growth is what is helping them.
There is a reason why Gen Zs are the one that were literally retrenched the most.
Just
Yes, and then you'll still come back here crying on Reddit. Yeah.
Like we talked about
just look at our parents.
that culture, that company culture.
Michael.
was what that was coming
Michael.
in.
But
The older generations were not ready.
but you see, you see.
Look at our
Mike,
parents.
no, no.
They have they were
umezoea
all,
millennial when those you are age ya 60 umezoea you are used to employees who would come especially an mwindi mdosi mwindi tuseme kama pale Technobrain unaona mdosi anatembea nyuma yenu akiangalia laptop zenu ako busy pale anaona you guys are working anaona Viesco lakini it comes upon this Gen Z's laptop
yeah.
this Gen Z
Reddit.
is busy is on Reddit or on YouTube
X.
watching what do we call
Comedy
it?
videos.
highlights
Za games za jana.
games Apex Kim Kardashian if it's a girl Apex wrestling ama speed
Okay.
it's a speed
Yeah.
so and you ask him like dude why you not working because I need a break to rethink
Yeah.
of what of the algorithm I was working.
Yeah,
Lama,
I need a break.
Yes.
Just look at the way our parents are miserable because they
Then tomorrow,
They are.
then tomorrow comes and you're like, I don't feel like coming to work today because I've thought about myself and I thought like I should be working
in a better company.
not in a better
Then go
company.
to that better company.
Monday, Wednesday is up to Friday. Tuesday I need to think about myself.
Okay.
Imagine
Listen.
being such an employee and you're used to guys who are disciplined.
listen.
I don't agree
Listen,
with the work
listen.
ethic, the older generation because
generations,
I just take an example of our parents and the older people. They have been working and they have achieved so much, but in reality they are miserable.
Harun.
They are.
Okay, let's talk about
They have
misery.
so much
What misery
money,
have
and
you
then
seen there?
Harun.
What
listen,
misery have you
listen.
encountered?
Wait. I have a point. I do understand that you want what you want, and I'm not saying that your wants are not valid. I'm just saying that this is life, and life will not follow what you want. Like in real sense, it is either you man up and live in that survival, or just go and create a fucking company, or just look for people who look for those companies that actually follow your own way of thinking. Because in real sense, if you don't want to do the job, I can guarantee you there is someone who will do that job.
Yeah, because I'm also working with Gen Zs who are also don't follow all these things we're talking about.
Yeah, there are Gen Zs who will go and work. Like imagine,
Like Gen
okay,
Zs your age.
Like-
you guys all you've talked about, you're not like that person from how I know you.
Yeah, like look, okay.
Yeah,
like,
mi ni Gen Z
listen,
bana, unasema nini,
listen, Harold. Let us use Ronaldo as a good example.
Go say
Like,
Gen Z.
not a Gen Z.
Gen Z.
I am
Let
not
us say
saying
people
Yamal.
like
No.
Lamine Yamal,
Okay. Yes.
Enrique.
Yes. Okay.
Let's use
Okay.
those ones.
Let us use them still.
Jota.
They will always be in training. Correct?
Yeah.
They'll always put in the work.
Yeah.
Because if you do not,
Okay, leave that one. Let's talk about speed.
okay, no.
Even Speed puts in the work.
Speed still puts in the work, even if it's not working for anyone. But if he doesn't post videos, and he has to make sure that those videos are things that people want to see, he has
He's
to
accountable
research.
to himself.
Yes, he's accountable to himself. If he doesn't put in the work, he's just going to fade into obscurity like any other, let's say,
Michael, you don't.
entertainer.
My
Na ule
point
Gen Z
is.
alipitisha thermos ya ofisi huko jana kasirika. Sasa wewe
point-
tutasema nini?
my point
Ati watu
is-
wasimbebe
My
ufala.
point is, Gen Zs are not against working ama putting in the work. Their issue is the people who they are working with. They do not understand.
You can't have your cake and eat it. There's a
I can.
reason why that saying exists.
You're saying nilisemwa na msee kama mimi. I can have my cake and I can
you
eat
can't
it.
have your cake and eat it.
I can.
In the real sense, you just have to deal with reality. If you want
Reality
Okay.
doesn't have to be what the older people decided
yes,
to be.
and that's the thing. If you don't want that, then look for Gen Z bosses. But question is, how many Gen Z bosses will give you the amount of money you want?
Wantafute.
No.
Aaron can offer them
how
that.
how many Gen
And
Z
he's
bosses?
understanding.
Like no offense. How many Gen Zs are the bosses of multi-million-dollar companies like in Microsoft or Google? There are none.
It's like
Nah, so you just need to suffer under the people who are there.
It is not suffering
It's like
like,
you-
it's just
it's like you-
life.
Listen,
it is life.
listen,
It is
Mike.
like you can't just have everything. It's just life.
Mike, it's like we as millennials, we are Aaron and Tony. Like, in our time when I was in your position, I used to work 12 hours. Then Aaron is like, he's saying that that's not hard work, that's trauma. That's
Because now, listen, I made a very clear point
exhaustion,
for you.
that's labor.
I made a very clear point for you. You have explained to someone that this cannot be done by the end of the week. And you've given him the reasons why.
But
and there are
nowadays, expect
valid
you to finish
reasons.
by the end of the
Okay, Harun.
And there are valid reasons.
Harun, I'll give you this. Like, let us say you want to go and work in Wall Street, correct? And you want Wall Street, and you want to earn like the top dollars.
Yes.
The average working hours is 80 hours there. And you're compensated as well. But it's a cutthroat society.
But
Why?
then here people are not
Wait.
being compensated how you're talking. What you like here people are being compensated. Like the amounts you get paid for is not worth the work that you do.
But the
So you
question
cannot
is,
give more to the company
Okay.
than what they are paying for.
okay, I'm not refuting that. But you see also, your choices governs what you're going to get. Correction.
No, it doesn't.
Because not everyone in
It
Kenya,
doesn't.
not everyone in Kenya is earning like 60K. There are people earning way more.
But it
Like the people earning even millions on a weekly basis.
Not
You-
weekly, daily.
Oh yeah, there's even daily.
Do you think the people the people
have to work
who
for
make
it.
20,000 a month? Do you think they're not hardworking? That's why they're earning 20,000 a month.
No, they are hardworking.
They are hardworking, but
Exactly.
wait,
but then
wait,
they're being
wait,
expected.
break it off.
But then they're being expected to do the same
exposure.
work
Okay, no.
that the person getting 500K.
no offense.
made.
Mike, if you check, this thing Aaron is talking about is really true. Look at Embasava. This circle that operates vehicles flying.
You can't be a tout and still expect to be paid on same level as a software engineer.
No, I was like, this touts, eh?
Huyu ni millennial, atolewe nje. Huyu ni millennial, atolewe.
No.
Most of the touts are Gen Zs, eh?
You have
Most of the touts
value.
are Gen Zs.
The value you bring will determine how much you get paid, and that's just life.
It's okay.
It's not
okay.
true.
I was talking about
That is just
lunch.
life. There
That's
is
not
no
true.
way you can be a
Aaron.
Mambog and still expect to be paid the same as a neurosurgeon.
That's
Aaron,
not true.
That's
Aaron,
life.
These guys,
That's
these guys
not
are
true.
being given 500 for lunch and breakfast. Then at the end of the day, they go with 200 bob.
Mimi nakwambia that's
And they
not
wake
true.
up 4 and they finish their job at 10.
Harun,
Whatever you're talking about is
Harun.
not true.
So that
Aaron.
person is working hard.
Harun.
Mike,
Harun.
what I want
The-
you to understand, that person is working hard for less money.
But you chose the wrong career. Like no offense. Most footballers in the top flight, let's say in the most of premiership, are paid more than doctors. Why?
I agree with you. You are not born poor. Being poor is a choice.
Being poor is a choice. Like no
Or
offense.
an influence.
If you want to chase the bag, you only have two choices: either create something unique or do something unique which people will want to follow, or go work in traditional jobs which actually pay high, which there is so much competition.
Or in
It's
short-
just life.
Or in short, you are born naked.
Yes. like if you are not born into money, life will be tough. It's period. There is nothing else.
I think
You
this-
have to grind it out.
Okay, I think today's topic cannot end here. We need a part 2 of this with equal numbers of Gen Zs.
But Gen Z
It looked like today we are really on Aaron's.
Gen Z wanipate hapo hivyo kwa comments to discuss.
Yeah, Aaron needs to come with his team to attack us as well. So I think we can end.
Wait, this is not about attacking anyone.
Okay, speak the
It's
last
just that the things we are talking about, those are mythical things that we're talking about. here.
mythical.
They
What
do
it
not
was a
exist.
drama.
They do not
What it was
exist.
a
We are
drama is
talking
a myth.
about fantasies, and they do not exist in this realm.
Like, okay, it's not about
Hapo maliza
fantasy.
hii kitu.
No, I am ending it this way. If you want to be the best, you have to make sure you defeat everyone else in that field. Like, you have no other option.
But it's not a. Okay, we'll continue this the other time. It's over.